And finally, we're going to step for the final character. Going to increase the size a little bit. Okay. Now at this point, I'm going to erase all this extra stuff and add in a new line for the light, just for our reference here. And I'm going to switch over to a hard round pressure, opacity, and flow brush. We might be switching to a soft round, brush as well. Which brush you use is entirely up to you. And I'm going to start rendering our character. So if we want the light to be, kind of warmer, that means, first of all, wherever we have light falling on the character is going to be warmer. And then the shadows are going to be cooler in general. Shadows in real life are usually blue, dark blue, right? So I'm going to be wherever we have like a little hill kind of in the clothing, for example, right? And here again, we can make this just a little bit warmer. It's a little bit greener perhaps if we want. We can honestly just use white here to increase the lighting. Right here we mostly stay a darker blue because we're getting obstructed by the vest here. The light here is falling this direction, so we're going to have more shadow in here and then on this arm as well. My vest, I would like to have some more lighter areas on my vest, maybe a yellowish. Try to stick to colorful light. It makes the drawing so much more alive and engaged. And note that now we can start drawing over the lines, so just reduce the thick black and white lines, unless of course you want to keep them. So for example, right here, I will just draw over the line a little bit. We just have light here. You want to keep them a little bit, but not all the way. Maybe just edit here a little bit. And we will get to the face in a moment, but that's a whole other story. So my character has a little bit darker, browner skin, so that's how I will shade, and we can give this a cooler shadow because again, our light is warm in this picture. If you want your light to be different, be my guest, of course, as always. This is what our character looks like. Currently, I will just take a little bit more shadow right here on the clothing, perhaps like this way, so this place is shaded, this area is shaded. As you can see, depending on the light or shadow, we have many different colors possibly within the same area. And always save your work. Alright, let's get to the face of the character. Your eyes are located in a sort of recess, right? So we're gonna have a darker brown area here as compared to the rest of the face. Since the light is falling from the right, we're gonna have, on this side of our nose is gonna be lighter. This side of our face is gonna be lighter as compared to this side of our face. Like so. And the neck as well, similarly. Like this color more. If we have like brighter light, we can even add a little bit of a gleam on this side. Now for, where our eyes are gonna actually gonna happen. Zoom in even more. We will draw the eyes. I will draw just a simple rhombus shaped eye. You can look at my video for drawing anime eyes from shapes. That's posted on my channel. You know, unless you're drawing cross-eyed character, make sure their eyes are more or less looking in the same direction. Otherwise it can look just a little bit weird. Very big eyes for this one. I might want to change this shape right here a little bit. Even during this stage, you can honestly do a lot of changes. Just make sure to save your work often. The mouth, I'm just gonna leave it overall a line, just a neat line, but a line all the same, because we're going to be viewing the character from farther away and it won't make much sense to try and draw the mouth too detailed. It might not even look good. Okay, so again, there's more details on coloring the eyes in my video about drawing eyes, but I am going to give this character interesting eyes. I want to do green, and I'm just going to start with coloring the iris here. To add volume, you give a darker line near the top of the eye and near the bottom of the eye. And then you can add your pupil, black, very cartoony eyes, and you can, add your glints, which are so nice and anime style. Oh, these are some big eyes, but that's okay. So light is coming from this direction, maybe more a bit like this. Just to emphasize. And in our eyebrows, I'm gonna make black eyebrows for this character. The character actually has black hair, which we will clarify in a second as we shift towards working on the hair. We have black. We know that light is coming from this direction, so whenever a strand of hair is separate from the rest, the larger body of hair, our shadow is going to be on the opposite side of the light, so that we can bring out each strand separately. And in general, this part of the head is going to be darker than the other. And here, always clean up some parts like this. Okay, we can add some light now, and this type of brush, hard, round, opacity and flow based on pressure is very good for hair, especially because our hairs have a sort of shiny glint to them usually. And we can just draw out individual hairs where the light falls on them, or use this to emphasize larger locks of hair like this. So even if we have, say, dark black hair, dark brown hair, we still might want to use a lot of white and then black to contrast with that. And what just happened with me, instead of drawing with a white brush, I was actually drawing with an eraser tool. That is a very easy mistake to make, and it's a good idea to be aware of that, especially if you plan to place your character on a background afterwards. Okay. This is just some basic rendering of the hair. If you have your own process, feel free to follow that. And the hair also, of course, creates some shadows on the character, so if the light is going from this direction, our shadows will be where the hair falls against the face, so more right here, and probably right here, especially if you have bangs, you know, here. Now that's our character. Our close-up. If we look farther away, this character's pretty neat, but you know, she looks kind of plain. At this point we can have some fun. We can add laces on the boots. You know, you can add some light and shading to the laces as well. Maybe like this, you know. Maybe we want her to have some sort of jewelry, so jewelry, just, you know, lines. For example, if we want to have a string, we can have a line going this way, maybe where the light falls on the string, like on this side, right? And we can have a pendant, so since her eyes are green, how about a green pendant right here, the base color, down here instead, and lighting, drawing, jewelry, and that glints again is a whole nother topic, but we can draw some light and shading just for now. Simpler light and shading, maybe a little glint right here for the effect, and then darker to denote, you know, an area where the string might come into the pendant, and then of course the pendant casts a shadow on the clothing right here, so maybe like this. And yeah, so this is drawing a character, an anime character, in 4 easy steps. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you found this at all useful, interesting, helpful, please like, and if you'd like to see more, subscribe to my channel. Have a great day.